The other day on Facebook, I posted something, and within 12 hours, I had a lot of people who were upset, posting things like, how dare you quote this person? This person is hateful. They say things that our enemies use. Our enemies read their books. They quote her. These books should be banned. You shouldn't read these. They came about this close to saying, you should burn these. I'm a warrior. The most important thing a warrior can do is read. I don't just mean books. Anyone who's walked successful from a battlefield or from a dojo can tell you that you have to be able to read your opponent. You have to divine their intentions. You have to see in the side of their head and figure out what they're about to do. I can give you an example. The Nazis were dreadful people. They did awful things. They perpetrated hateful crimes affecting vast parts of humanity. They unleashed mass destruction in the world. They did absolutely horrendous things. The people who defeated them read Mein Kampf. You look at generals like Montgomery and Patton and Eisenhower, they studied the tactics. These people overran all of Europe, part of Asia, and Africa. They studied those tactics. They turned them around. They improved them. They used them right back at them. Leaders like Churchill and Roosevelt went out there and studied them and then went and won people's hearts and minds. I quote Napoleon. Remember him? He went and tried to take over the world twice. I, for 25 years, went out there and fought hate crimes. I defended my community against hateful people. I wrote 182 articles in Witchvox. I wrote Witch Hunts, a book summarizing all of that. I wrote the Law Enforcement Guide to Wicca that went through 4 editions and became Pagan Religions, which is still out there, still helping people. How did I do that? I read hundreds and hundreds of books by these people. I watched their videos over and over again. I listened to their recordings. I went to their rallies and I challenged them. And then I went out there and I lectured and I taught and I wrote these books. And more often than not, 8 times out of 10, I had people from that community say, you know what? People told me about you. They said, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You shouldn't be reading him. He says hateful things. Those books should be banned. Those books should be burned. I own all of those books and recordings still. The quote about babies in bathwater comes to mind. It's not my job to teach you what to think. I see my task as being opening your minds so you can think for yourselves. I remember what Abraham Lincoln once said, I don't like that man. I must get to know him better. So, thanks for listening. Go out there and keep reading. And be glorious.